Well, this isn't. Hey, I think I'm back. Jesus Christ, what the hell happened there? Sorry for the inconvenience. Anybody watching? Jesus Christ. Hey, hello. My God. Hey, why? Why did that happen? That's the first time it happened. Oh, everyone's popping back in. Sorry for the inconvenience. Hopefully that'll not happen again. Did Bob get me? He didn't get me for long, at least. I keep pressing buttons. Hey, I don't press too many buttons. Let's fix this right here. Where's a Clyde Cash? A damn dirty troll. Now I'm getting cold. God damn it. Okay, that's about okay. Ay. Well, now I'm going to have 2 streamed files for today. It's a bit annoying, but at least these will carry on with the business, right? Ugh. YouTube is trying to stop me. We get a physical DVD copy of the series in 2040. DVD. Hot damn. That'd be cool. I don't know what happened. Just lost connection. I changed browsers. I'm on Chrome now. It was Chrome last week. Is it? Holy shit, it is. Sorry about that. It's not the wrong. Yeah, yeah. I'm a dum dum. It's not the 19th. I'm just looking at the. It's 2019. I mean, screw it. Okay. I'll change it later. Sorry. Jesus. Okay. Are we still okay? It's 4 days ahead. Where I do. I've listened to a couple of songs of Dexy's Midnight Runners, and I do know the song Gino. Of course, I know that one. So, what's your fans with the original series considered the new episodes? Are they new ones? The director's cut? Yes, they are the director's cut. I would say. Um, yeah, I know it's a bit annoying for the older fans, but I'm doing this with the future in mind, because I want to make everything better, as good as it can be. I need to change this. Hold on. I want to make the whole series as good as it possibly can be, and I realize that my voice and my tone of delivery has changed, so I don't want. It does match my hoodie, yes. I don't want too much of a difference between throughout all the series style wise, because I think like the old ones, but the new episodes a bit more clarity into the table. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I I I realize that a lot of people probably might have some more attachment to the old episodes. So of course people don't like change. How many parts will it have? I don't know, about 50. So basically, if I just restarted from part 14 onwards, I think there'll be too much of a change in style and in my voice from like between 13 to 14. So so that's basically why I wanted to make it, good, consistent. I like consistency. It's kind of my OCD thing. What's up with the room decor? I'm in Japan, so that explains this all over here. And I do a lot of music, so I have a lot of posters over here, and I have some more on this side. Look at Off Course, beautiful boys, somewhere there. So yeah, I still have some free wall space. I'm looking to get some more King Crimson, maybe something else. The man of culture. No wife was on the wall. No wife was. My wife was in my heart, always. Will you meet Chris and challenge him to a song battle? Do you miss Ireland? Not really. No, I miss my parents and friends there, but don't miss Ireland in general. Well, I live in Dublin, so that might explain why I don't miss it. Or people would be upset. The thing we're doing the series is nice. I think you have a chance to add things you missed. Oh yeah, I definitely did add some things that I missed. How's your miss doing? She's doing okay. She's still a plane flight away. She's still in Tokyo. She's coming back soon. Did you color coordinate your microphone in church? That was not intentional, but it just turned out that way. My girlfriend actually got me this one, this hoodie. It's JoJo time. King Crimson, of course. Maybe more animations. I haven't planned on any, but I might. Would you ever want to meet Chris? Not really. No. Favorite childhood cartoon? Ooh, ooh, good one. What did I usually watch when I was a child? I definitely did watch the Looney Tunes. That was not, yeah. I liked the Looney Tunes. It was Cartoon Network, so I liked Powerpuff Girls. Louis the I also watched the Louis Anderson cartoon series. Can't remember what it's called. Life with Louis, I think. Do you speak Irish? Uh, I did study Irish for a bit, but I've forgotten most of it. The William McGonagall documentary, I have no idea when that will come out because I have plans to make it, more ambitious than this one, than the Christian one, because I want more people to be involved in the creative process. I've written the script, so I want to narrate the narration aspect of it, but there's also a lot of dialogue spoken, by William McGonagall himself and other people, talking about him, from back in the day in the 1880s, in the 70s and 80s, 90s. So I want to hire, voice actors to play those parts, and I also want to hire an animator, or at least an illustrator, to, uh, you know, sketch up some scenes as a visuals to represent what's happening in the story. So that's going to be a lot more ambitious. It's going to be more like a sort of movie thing. What do you think is going to happen to Chris when Barb dies? No one really knows what's going to happen, but the thing is, I think he is. Oh, thank you, Phoenix, for becoming a patron on Patreon. Really appreciate it. Thank you. If anyone's interested in contributing to the Patreon, um, please check out the links below. So yeah, when Chris dies, I mean, sorry, when when Chris dies, my documentary will finish. But when Barb dies, um, Chris is gonna have to deal with all the to work 3 Patreon. That's completely fine. Your support is enough. But when Barb dies, Chris is gonna have to deal with all the financial aspects of the debts, uh, the regular payments, the finances that I think Chris manages. I think Barb manages a lot of it. I think um, I think he has to hand over a lot of his tugboat to Barb, and Barb handles it somehow. And beyond that, for the time being, Chris is too competent enough to be in an insane asylum or a group home. Um, will Chris get homeless? Chris might. He might. And I do get asked that a lot about when Chris dying. I mean, Bob died. Jesus Christ! Like, I keep saying what I want to say, and it's a joke. I don't want Chris to die. He will, but of course, I don't want that to happen. Just do you have any intentions of doing videos on these on conspiracy theories? Uh, not not in the immediate future, but I am interested in some. Not the more not the more famous ones. I'm interested in some alternative history stuff. Um, there's been some credence given to a previous to an extinction like event that happened about 11,000 years ago or 13,000 years ago, and that gives credence to theories by people who think that there may have been an advanced civilization before that, which was wiped out, from the comet hitting the Earth back then, and that's why there's these ancient myths and legends from all around the world about a flood wiping out people, and it's so widespread that there's no way that it's not based in truth. Like there was a like a quite likely there was a cataclysmic worldwide event where the ice caps immediately melted, causing widespread floods and decimating the human race back then. That's why we have these stories about floods, in Noah and Noah's Ark and stuff like that in pretty much all you know all cultures around the world. But that's a story for another day. Have you ever watched Ancient Aliens? I've watched a bit of it. I don't like it. I think it's stupid. Have you been to Northern Ireland? I've never been to the north. I haven't actually done too much exploring in Ireland. I've been to Cork, which is in the south, for a little for a concert band competition, but actually, and I've been to Glendalough, which is an old monastery. It's a very popular tourist attraction. I've been to the Wicklow Mountains. Been to the mountains for a bit. Mountains, they're pretty much like tall hills in Ireland. Ireland is pretty flat. It's pretty boring. What do you think actually happened when Chris was held down and had his screams recorded? Pretty sure that actually happened, but it wasn't because they didn't like autistic people. I think he was having a fit of rage, and the teachers and the handlers tried to uh, pin him down so he wouldn't hurt himself or hurt others. You know, I think that's what actually happened. It was for his own good. But did they record his screams? I've heard that some people might record activities of like autistic people in autistic students. I don't know the details about it. I'm not sure if they recorded it though, but it's possible. I'm not well versed in the mishandling or the handling of special needs students in school, so I'm not sure if that happened the way it did. What inspired you to make music? I've been making music since I was like 9 years old. I mean, original music, and I've been playing the piano since I was a baby. So music is the cornerstone of my life, actually. Not Christian. Is Me Too married to Chris? Yeah, is the same one that raised Magic Chan. Holy crap! I didn't notice. I completely forgot that Mewtwo mentored Magic Chan, and now they're all married into each other. Damn. Um. Yeah. So that's a plot hole. Do you think an intervention is needed? State institution. It's needed, but will it happen? I don't know. An intervention, like no one person can come in and help Chris. He has to be forcibly taken away. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Oh, yeah, Gino, sorry, Chris in a recent GameStop. Yeah, that's the video there if you're interested. What the whole getting married thing is, I think it was about a year ago now that uh, encouraged by the idea guys who were controlling him at the time, he convinced himself that he got married to Magi-chan, Krizzle Roastew, I think. He's also married to Mewtwo now. So yeah, yeah, they were controlling him. They were basically if you don't know, the idea guys really messed up Chris's mind really bad. They were communicating him through chats like Discord. They were pretending to be Sonichu and Magichan and all that. And Chris believed them, and they made these photoshops of Nazis invading Quickville and stuff like that. And they said that if you don't give us $6,000, we will fire a laser beam from the moon and destroy Quickville. And of course, he gave him like $6,000. I mean, it wasn't just a $6,000 payment to them. I think he was giving them like really expensive gift cards for games and stuff like that. Or is that a different thing? But yeah, there was definitely extortion and Chris was none the wiser. And in retrospect, towards the end of 2018, I think Chris pretty much thanked the idea guys for opening up his mind like that. So basically, they messed up his mind, and now he thanks them for being insane now. But I think at the start of 2019, he said that he's open for a new wife, a new real life wife. So I don't think he's satisfied with cartoon sex anymore. I think he still wants a living, breathing 3D waifu. Will Chris ever snap out? I don't think so. And it's getting cold, so I'm gonna turn on my heater if you don't mind. They literally went MK Ultra. They did. They definitely did the Sonichu Ultra. Coincidentally, there is an Ultra Sonichu in Sonichu issue 10. Chris is your favorite SCP. What does your girlfriend think of Chris? She doesn't pay too much attention to him, but she understands that it's a big thing of what I do, and she thinks it's I think it's a good thing of what I'm doing. Not bullying Chris the way that I make it. Yeah, it's helped humanize Christian. Yeah, I hope that's what people see it as. I've been learning Japanese for about 7 years now, on and off. I haven't been too focused recently. Do you anticipate uploading your content to other platforms for the sake of preservation? If that's what it goes down to, yeah. But I don't see myself doing that anytime soon. And I do know who Terry Davis is, just vaguely. How long has it been since the last troll girlfriend? Was that Jessica? Was that Jessica Quinn? Was it? That was 2017. What's the dirtiest thing you can say in Japanese? Interestingly, Japanese doesn't really have a swear word category. They do have like ruder words, in it that you shouldn't say in public, but they really don't have like an F word or like a S words, a C word. I really like your music. Thank you. And I really want to continue doing my music. I have so many ideas about new music, new songs, new albums, but I want to work ahead. I want to keep up ahead of schedule concerning Christian, so I have more time making music. BitChute is a decent option. The site is infested with a lot of nonsense. The N word is. That's not the N word. Is it? Is that the N word? I don't know. I don't encourage anyone learning the N word in different languages. Put the cabbage on Spotify. I wanted to put cabbage on Spotify. I always applied to put all my albums on Spotify, but I don't know, for some reason just hit or miss. I don't know why. The thing about Chris is that you're never quite sure if you're supposed to hate him or not. Exactly, yeah. Wonder what happened to Chris after episode 13. I mean, you'll find out. You'll find out soon enough. Solve the 20 Eye song made me gay. Thank you. No problem. My pleasure. Take another break from Christian if you need to. I might do that a long time later. Maybe when I'm moving house again. Excuse me. I'll be moving back to Tokyo in July, I guess, July, August. So I think that might be too busy for me to keep up with Christian and other videos. So I might take a break then. Maybe for a month, but I won't be back. I won't be out of action for more than a month, I'd say. Hopefully. Where's the part where we fall in love? Ripping so cute. Oh, it's not cute. It's gross. How many episodes do you think it will take to catch up? About 40. You listen to music person because your voice is kind of distracting. Like you sound good, but it makes you focus on what you're saying too much instead of just listening to music. Isn't it? Oh, I'm very confused by that comment. I mean, that's kind of the point of listening to lyrics instead of listening to music, right? I don't know. I do have a lot of instrumental music too, if you're interested in that. Links in description. Do you end up becoming a teacher in Japan? It's definitely something that I've been wanting to do for years now. I applied for the JET program, which is the stop touching the mic. Yes, sorry. I don't want. Okay, fine. I'll stop touching the mic. I went into the JET program, which is a Japanese exchange teaching program, and basically it was a pretty easy process. I mean, I had to apply a lot. I had to do a lot of paperwork, but it was a pretty easy job to get into because I've already been studying Japanese for a long time, and I have and my majors in Japanese, so it was easy for me to get the job. But I didn't get the placement that I wanted to get, so I ended up getting into a small town in up north in Hokkaido, which is I mean, it's not what I wanted initially, but it's been a good experience. But me, myself, and my partner are planning to start a business in a few years' time. So I think it's best for us to move to Tokyo. So that's why I'm leaving the program now. I'm probably still going to be a teacher in any other in some other company. But yeah, the plan is still be a teacher for a while. Last episode was 4 minutes short. You're gonna make that up. Sorry. The last episode was 4 minutes short because that is just that was the natural way that the episode should have ended. I think with the graduation of Chris from PVCC. I mean, I tried to make the episodes around 40 minutes long, but they will be shorter or longer depending on where the story goes and how much content there is to address. Sometimes there's a lot of stuff to say, sometimes there's a bit less to say. I think this episode's part 4, which will be up tomorrow, is 39 minutes. So it's closer to 40 at least. What do you edit on? I songs I edit on Acid Pro 7, which is a software that has been defunct for about 8 years, and for videos I do Sony Vegas Pro 13. Favorite Sonic character? You know I don't have one. Magichan is OP though. Why would you want to program in Japan? Doesn't that suck? No? It's good. Because it'll probably turn out very similar feeling. It's inevitable. What are your motivations behind making the documentary? I first started making the documentary because I was getting really interested in Chris Chan, and there was a lot of information to digest, and there really wasn't any documentary like this, for me to, watch. So the reason I made it is because it didn't exist. And it's kind of like a lot of the times I make music is because I have this song idea in my head, but I know it doesn't exist, so I decided to make it because it doesn't exist. Is it gonna be a long stream? I'll try to make it less long than last time, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the vibe goes, I am 24. Soon to be 25. Discovered you through the Christian documentary and stay for your music and love to keep it up to work. Thank you. Oh, my boy punched you and beat him or something. Okay. Because we're having perfect hair at all times. Hey, this is not easy. And yes, I have a comb in every single room. Just in case I need to adjust. I actually need a haircut. This is getting a bit too out of hand. You can see my widow's peak. Why is Chris Chan's history such an interesting thing? Like a year ago, I never heard of him until Freddie Newton's video dropped in my recommended, and then yours is so crazy. Yeah. I think a lot of why Chris I mean, a lot of why Chris has become so interesting is because there's so much information about him. It's just so ridiculous that you have to you know try and have a look at it. Um, I think that's going to be a lot of the appeal of my documentary, regardless of whether or not it is good at the end or not. But it's like, hey, did you know that there's a 30-part documentary about Chris Chan? You should check it out. I mean the size of the quickie, I think, attracts people a lot. I mean the fact that there are so many videos about Chris only increases attention for Chris. And it's like the more attention you get, it increases exponentially. What's the name of your haircut? I have no idea. Opinions on the Michael Jackson controversy. I'm sorry, I'm just interested in who it was. Yeah, the Michael Jackson controversy, like whether he was an actual kitty diddler or not. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of weird for me that people really focus on the whole um, child playing thing uh, of Michael Jackson and kind of ignore some others who have done the same thing. I mean, but people have been ignoring Michael Jackson's stuff for a long time now. So it's only arisen recently with the new documentary, which, by the way, is quite biased because the director himself uh, said that he excluded some details about Michael's life for because it's clashed with his narrative. Like for example, Michael Jackson was chemically castrated when he was when he was younger, but he left out that detail conveniently. It's all about Christian Child's songs for Kelly. I think Christian already did that. I think you should try it with something else. Just realized that I've never met an autistic person like Chris. Have you ever met a person like Chris? You might be the person like Chris. Oh no, I've actually it's a small town where I live. It's like 5,000 people, but there are at least one or two weirdos that hang around the 7-Eleven that they talk to themselves and just kind of stand around, mumbling and dancing. One of the accusers dated Michael's niece for 7 years as well. Did you move to Japan to get QT 3.14 Agent Goof? I mean, that's what happened, but it wasn't the main reason. I mean, how one documentary is all it takes to make a person into a child dealer in the eyes of the public. Exactly, yeah. What are you working on now, Chris Chan? And I'm gonna start filming a new series on my music channel today. So I'm gonna try and make it in bulk, and then release it every 2 or 3 days. And I do want to make more music. I have a great idea for a new cover song I want to get done. How's life in Japan? Life in Japan is okay. Work is going okay. The school term is almost over. I have only one more week of school term, so things are kind of dying down for me. And it's getting warmer here in Hokkaido. There's still a lot of snow, and it's actually snowed a bit this morning, but it's getting warmer, and the bugs are coming back, and it's really, really bothersome. Have you watched any documentaries recently? No, I haven't actually. Will you stream before every new episode? No. I'll be more busy personally from like next week onwards, so I won't be streaming next week. I might stream in next month, I think. I have more time. If I watched and got up to date with the previous Christian documentary, is it important to watch the new version? Is that different? It's a bit different. The mood is a bit different. I mean, but if you're okay with the way it is, like if you're okay with the old version, then I don't know. If you're interested in revisiting a bit later, then you can check out the new versions. But it's not too different. It's a bit less biased. It has more details. It's a bit more accurate. Sharp and say hello. Hello, Dragon Project. I'm doing okay. Version of interest in Chris Chan from bullying to psychological examination is crazy. Chris was actually mentioned in some sort of um, in some sort of paper, some university graduation paper, but it was listed as like Christopher Weston Chandler, and there was some inaccuracies. It was like it was like a case study concerning like I don't know. It's been a while since I've read that reference, but he has been mentioned at least once in the university paper as like a study. And shows you keep up with? I don't keep up with shows, no. Feeling Christian thread about your dog. Yes, yes. I mean the Kiwi Farms thread about my dog. Yes, I've been watching it ever since its inception, which was the day after I uploaded my video. And I think the first viewers of my original Christian Part One video were from Kiwi Farms. Do you post on Kiwi Farms? I've posted like a few times, like a comment, but I don't think anyone has noticed me yet. My username is reminiscent of my name, but it is not my name. It is strongly similar, but it is not particularly obvious. But once you see it, you'll think it's obvious. But no one has called me out yet. What is your favorite idea? Mine is being creative. I love being creative. Daniel Lord is the new Christian. He lives in Japan. I have not heard of him. I'm not sure why people think Barb is going to croak soon. They've been thinking that for a few years now. Are you taking any song requests on guitar today? I am not. I'm trying to keep this just as a talking stream. Is your microphone a clone of you? We do color code today, don't we? Huh. Cool. Leo Samuel? It's not Leo Samuel, no. Sino Jamio 2.1. Yeah, keep on guessing. You'll find me eventually. When you reach the present in Christopher, will you wait until we have enough information to create a 40-minute chapter? Yes, of course. I want to keep it consistent, you know? Have you followed up the Adegas at all? Or do you read up in chronological order? I do keep up with the Kiwi Farms updates in chronological order, but I'm also working on my Christian stuff in chronological order. So I'm up to, sorry, I need a pop filter. I actually need a new mic. Actually, I'm up to part 26 in the scripts, which is March 2010. So we're on the Wallflower and the introduction of Surf Jack Tito. What's the most shocking thing that you read about Christian? His unclet, probably. New episodes. I mean, new episodes like part 14 onwards should be about May. And I'll be I'm kind of falling behind on the updated director's cuts, so I'm worrying about that. I'm finished part 5. And I finished the narration of part 6, so I'm editing part 6 as we speak. But I need to be around part 7 now. But I think I'm going to catch up around part 8 and 9 because there's not a lot of narration for me to redo in those parts. So I think those should be quicker. You never saw those pics. Please don't look at them. I don't recommend it. I'm going to show the extremely censored versions in my documentary, but I don't encourage anyone looking at Chris's unclit. When is the Doctor Series going to be available on Netflix? God damn, that would be a dream, wouldn't it? God damn, it's annoying. Probably it's not going to be the Chris stuff, though. Like, what is it, though? What is it? Chris thought that he was a woman, so he thought there was a vagina growing inside him, like in his taint, which is the space between a man's a biologically born man's testicles and his anus. So in that area, he sliced it open to release his vagina. You know, so basically just an open wound, which and then it was and he kept opening it, you know, and stuffing his fingers in it, and then it started to leak out pus. And then he posted a video where he was masturbating with his unclet, and it was like stuff coming out of it, and he was like, "Oh yay, my vagina is growing out. It's fine." It's like, And then he realized that he was a complete moron. He was probably near death, you know, from infection and gangrene. Like, okay, this is a problem. I have no idea how his uncle is doing now. I'm not sure if it's healed yet. Tainted the space between dimensions, getting ready to merge. Hey, I actually haven't seen that video. Bro, I'm eating a sandwich. Why are you watching this? Why are you watching this a Christian related stream while eating? That's a bad idea. Ah, fun times. No one has spoken to me directly. Any of the persons directly related to the sagas. Oh yeah, I forgot the taint piercing. That's how it first started. He pierced his taint because that's where he thought that his clitoris would be, if it were real. You know, if he actually had a vagina. So that was the unclet, and the unclet 2.0 was the you know, the cutting. Uh, Please no more taint talk. Okay, I'll just talk about Christian's I don't know, orange flavored Fanta then. Yeah, I feel overwhelmed from knowing so much about one person. It's a bit weird, but I don't feel overwhelmed. I'm sorry, I'm so uncultured. I read that as unclittered. Has been desensitized by the internet and 4chan. I am welcome to my taint talk. Hey, will he be painting his taint in new light for the doc? Painting his taint. Have we received fan art? I have. I have seen fan art. It was really nice. It was. There was one person who did one on Twitter. He linked it to me. I mean, they linked it to me. Sorry, I don't know who did it. And then there was another person on Instagram who did a rendition of me playing Plastic Love, you know, in my Plastic Love uniform. So that was nice. Of course, I appreciate fan art. There's lots of talented people there. Count Dankulus interview. I've seen a bit of it. Filmmakers have portfolios. If you wanted, you include the documentary. Would I include my documentary in a portfolio if I ever made a portfolio? Jesus Christ! Wow. I mean, it's gotten good words from a person. Oh, God damn it! I can't remember their name. I can't remember his name, and I can't remember his exact title and his work description. But he does have a page on Wikipedia. He's been active in the film industry for about, I don't know, 15 to 20 years, and he's working on Netflix stuff now. Like legit. I think he's a screenwriter and comedian, and he wrote a really nice long message to me personally, saying that he was interested in Christianity, and he didn't know it wasn't Harvey Weinstein, Jesus Christ, and he didn't quite know how to tell the Christian story, and he saw mine as like the most the closest, as it not like my version was the closest as it should be. So that was like, he sent me so many nice words, and so yeah, I think it's gotten the support of some, you know, people in like some big names in the industry. So that's it's nice. It wasn't Harvey. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Harvey. And I know that Chris O'Neill, you know, Oni Plays and Oni NG, he follows me on Twitter. At least he used to. So I know that he's aware of it. And it's kind of crazy to think, you know, that there are famous people watching me, or like or you know, people in in such a wide array of professions watch me. It's kind of bizarre to think, you know, that because there's this kind of disconnects. I think that some people don't realize that, you know, celebrities and, you know, filmmakers and musicians are, you know, people too, and they listen to music, and they listen to and they watch movies as well. So it's kind of bizarre to think that, you know that an accomplished movie maker watches movies as well in their spare time, like the same way that you know, some people in interesting walks of life, watch my stuff. I mean, I think it's nice to know your audience. I think it's nice to be aware that the people who watch you are actual people, and it creates a bigger, a better connection. Rather than just a subscriber count or a view count. I think it's good to keep in mind that people, human beings, watch you. So hey, it's a nice feeling. Guru Larry ruined the game life. I don't know. I don't know about that. Do you think YouTube is going to reban the dock? Hopefully not. What kind of headset? It's an AKG. AKG. I don't. What's the model number? K271 Mark 2. Mark 2. These are flat. They're flat EQ. So I use them for my music as well. Gino Samuel is now Gino Chan. My stuff is better than Shane Dawson's. I don't know about that. I haven't watched too much Shane Dawson. Hey, hello, Carissa. How are you doing? My night is not started yet. It's still morning for me. How would you avoid another termination? Well, basically, if I don't apply to monetize this channel, I should be okay for at least for a longer period of time. Would you ever defend yourself if you were being robbed in the dank, scary nighttime streets of Hokkaido? That's probably not going to happen because Japan is really safe. Especially Tokyo is pretty safe too. I mean, it's the probably the most dangerous place in Japan, but it still is pretty safe. And Hokkaido even more so. Jesus Christ, there's just nothing going on. It's a pretty safe world here. Not evil bigoted for sure. Do you think Chris has ever watched the doc? I don't think so. Chris has been told of the doc's existence, but I don't think he's watched it. What's the Compton of Japan? Okay, I'm not sure. He said if you watched something was going on. No, I don't wish something was going on. I mean, it's kind of boring. I mean, that's what I mean. What about the Yakuza? Aren't they dangerous? I mean, yes, I speak Japanese. で、日本語は食べません. If you got $1 million, would you drink a cup of Chris's Fanta? Oh yeah, definitely. I drink Chris's Fanta. Has Chris heard of your channel? He's heard of it, but I don't think he's watched it. I think he's watched the Satchmo documentary, but I don't think he's watched mine. I don't think he has the patience for it. Your mic are kind of like don't talk to me or my son meme. Hey, yeah, it's kind of nice we do match today. Why did you look at Chris's vagina? Why would you do that? Saludos desde Costa Rica. Well, Christian Part 3. Christian Part 3 is already up last week. Tomorrow is Christian Part 4. So happy to see it. You love your Christian videos. Hey, when will you do it again? I was sad to see your hiatus before. Oh, it's well, if you the remastered versions from Part 1 to Part 13 are coming up weekly now, every Saturday. I mean, Part 4 is up tomorrow, and new episodes Part 14 onwards should be around May or June. And I recently gained access to his Twitter via a sock account, but I'm staying cautious. Oh yeah, Chris's Twitter account is still. Hey, Sinister Reset. Hello. How you doing? Yeah, but Chris's account is still kind of locked, I think. Chris is probably so used to it by now. Except that Chris will never leave you. I have accepted it. I'm not happy about it, but I have accepted. Have you blocked Chris on Twitter? No, I'm Chris is following me and I'm following Chris. How does one deal with that type of pain? Do you have a new album in the works? Love Cabbage and Shadow People. Thank you. I have. I'm working on one album. Definitely. First up is going to be a country style album, kind of country, but mostly just a acoustic driven album. After that, planning to make a heavy metal album. Then after that, I want to make a an original city pop album, which is going to be in Japanese. Um, and I have 2 more albums coming up. They're going to be more electronic based, more contemporary. Well, I'll try to make it contemporary, but it's probably just going to sound vintage. What is in store for episode 14? 14 is going to be Liquid Chris and the SingStar challenge. Who is that Mewtwo person Chris claims to be dating? No, Chris is married to Mewtwo, who is the Pokemon, the very famous famous Pokemon. Well, he thinks he's married to them. Could you make love to Christ? Did you mean Chris? Make Eurobeat. Stick his fingers in there, and he's a normal ass guy. Right for your new music. How's Chad doing? Chad is doing okay, I think. What do you think about the time PewDiePie made a video on Chris? I watched it. I think I only watched it once. I watched a lot of PewDiePie videos more than once, but I watched that one only once. Yoyoka. I haven't heard that one, though. I haven't heard Yoyoka. In type of HRT. Just acting like a chick. Yeah, he's on HRT. And everyone likes his live stream. I thought he was married to Magichan. He's married to Magichan and Crystal Roastew and Mewtwo. Chris's pet name for Mewtwo is Hubby2. Chris is a deity. He definitely does think he is a goddess, an interdimensional goddess. When I grew up, I wanted to be like a Liquid married to Casey Tron. Yeah, I think Liquid Chris is married to Casey in real life. Or when Barb dies, what will happen to the house and stuff? Actually, I have no idea what will happen to the house if he can keep paying for it, or will he have to pay back his debts by selling the house? He can't even sell the house because it's just infested with too much stuff and cat piss. And if you've seen the All-Star video of Chris, playing around with his with himself, he definitely does pee on the floor. Just pee on the floor. You can't see it, but you definitely can hear it. He goes to pee off camera, and the sound definitely does sound like he's peeing on a hardwood floor or like a carpet floor. I actually haven't seen the video, but it's definitely not a bucket, like some people have said. Liquid Chris is a scientist. Yeah, he's a cancer researcher at least. Martin, if your Sunshine fans coming to Creepy Corner. Oh, okay. Chat is going crazy. I'm pretty sure it was not the toilet. That because it definitely has a different sound. It definitely sounds like he was peeing on like a hard surface and not like into like a toilet, not into a toilet basin like filled with water. That definitely was not a water wherever he was peeing into. It was the rug. Yeah. Chris is an elderly baby. He definitely does look like a like probably around did you live in? I lived in South Dublin. He definitely does look like Benjamin Franklin, doesn't he? What's your favorite flag? My favorite flag? Like a country flag. Japan is pretty lit. Japan lives in Hokkaido, Ireland. Barb dies by slipping on Chris P. Is Chris actually a hoarder himself? Chris does like to collect a lot of things, doesn't he? But he does organize things. He likes to organize his hoard as opposed to Barb, who just throws things into a pile. Did you ever get the shift in Ireland? Yeah. Chris was just claiming the house. Oh. Dr. Jungle Vidas. Troll called Rocky Schumann because she told him that there was an infestation of roaches or something in their house. A troll called Rocky Shoemaker. Rocky Shoemaker is his pastoral counselor. What's the T, dork? Christian posted anything recently that shows anything about his life? I don't think so. I think the most recent life-related stuff about concerning Chris was his he posted a picture of him and his birthday cake and Barb celebrating his birthday. So she's still alive. You handsome knacker. I'm not a freaking knacker, Jesus Christ. Not a feckin' knacker. It's just feelings for his mom. Chris does have. I think Chris did dream about having relations with his mother, and they do like cuddling a lot, which Bob was really much against. Like no, stop it, this is weird. And then Barb yelled at him for you know not allowing Chris to sleep with her. Yeah, yeah, they do spoon. I'm not sure which video Chris pees on the floor, but there were 4 videos, I think, in the leak concerning the All-Star uh, issue, the All-Star episode. It's one of those. Megan would have been a sweetheart and played things smarter. She claims she's asexual, but I think she does have a partner now, at least. Excuse me. Facebook post that shows indications of incest. Oh, Reddit. Um, Possibly. I mean, he's talked about his dreams, having incest. Jesus Christ, excuse me. I didn't even eat anything. Why am I burping? And I didn't finish my coffee. Now it's cold. What does Megan do nowadays? I think Megan has an Etsy, and she makes craft stuff. Or at least she used to have it. The reason Megan got him to buy stuff on eBay is because she didn't have an eBay account herself, or like she didn't have internet or something. So she got Chris to buy stuff for her, and then she paid Chris back. I think Megan does have social media, and she's talked to some people about Chris recently, like the captain on Kiwi Farms, and there was another guy who did an interview with Megan. I haven't seen that one though. To make sure the sneeze doesn't get someone on the stream sick. As to the gal pals, Tiffany seemed really nice. I mean, they grew up, they graduated, they lived their own lives. There's no worse sound at the end than a fox and a cat fighting. Jesus Christ. Do you love Chris? No. Do any of Chris's stuff ever make you cry? No. Will you discuss Megan talking to Kiwi Farms and dog later on? I mean, I will. She talked to Kiwi Farms? I didn't know that. Concerned to get any pets. I have no time for pets. I really want to, but I really can't accept that responsibility. Does Chris help the transgender movement? Some people in the transgender movement, like actual transgender people, don't think that Chris is legit. So, it's a controversial issue. Also, Chris went to GameStop yesterday. Yeah. Chris went to GameStop, and he told the cashier that he's famous, and then he should look him up, and that he should look him up. I've been doing Chris Chan stuff, music stuff. I'm gonna start a new music series on my music channel now. I mean, eventually, pretty soon. I'm gonna start filming today. Doing some. I think I have to prepare some stuff for classes next week. But next week is the end of school term officially in my area, so I don't have much to do now in work. Does the smell of Chris make you cry? I actually kind of almost can smell the way that Chris's house smells from his videos and pictures, and I kind of have a cozy feeling when I watch the Christian videos from back in 2009. It's kind of a cozy feeling. I don't quite understand why, but it feels comforting. I don't know, some sort of inner nostalgia that I have attached to that sort of aesthetic. How does Chris manage to mutilate his penis without freaking out? No, he didn't mutilate his penis. What was that accent? Jesus Christ! No, he didn't mutilate his penis. Why can't I say that in a normal way? Why do I sound like a Russian? He can't mutilate his penis. He can't mutilate his penis. I mean, he didn't do that. He mutilated the area under his scrotum, but the what I don't quite know why his penis is bent the way it is. Whether he did it himself or not, I don't know, but I don't really want to talk about Chris's penis too much. Hello, Jambalaya Jones. Let me return to the Christian video for those joining. Well, I'm making the remastered versions now. They're up every week. Part 4 remastered is up tomorrow in less than 20 hours, I guess. About 20 hours now from now. And new videos, part 14 onwards, are going to be from about May or June. Hopefully going to make it, probably going to slow down when I start making the new the completely new fresh videos. So part 14 onwards probably going to be once every 2 weeks. Do you think Chris' story will end up in being locked up in the mental institute? It needs to be a really serious issue if Chris was to be instated into a mental institute, because currently he's still very unstable, but he's still competent enough to not be an issue to himself or the wider or the wider public. Confronting. The thing is, because the house is so filled with familiar stuff that it's like coming back to a kid's paradise. It's an interesting way of putting it. Yeah. Do you think Chris actually has the ability to change his life around? I really don't think so. Hey, Gina, you love your music and Christian documentary. Thank you, Buffy. Yeah. Barb will be the straw that breaks his back. Did Chris ever actually have a real goof? No. He had friends who were girls, whom he thought were going to turn into his girlfriend, and he had fake girlfriends online and in person. But no, he never had one who truly cared for him. Barb's self would be the breaking point for his mental state. Can you interview someone for a documentary like Marvin? Marvin doesn't really like my documentary. I mean, he doesn't. I don't think he hates it, but he just doesn't really see the point of it, happening. I mean, yeah, he doesn't see the point of it. Do you think he still longs for a girlfriend? I mean, even though he is married to 3 cartoon characters, I think he still wants a real life girlfriend, because he said so. I think in a Twitter post early this year, I think he still said he had room for one more person in his menage a quad. It actually really inspired me when I have papers in uni. Sit 3 hours of research on Chris, and then I can sit my ass down to write 400 words on mitochondria. Hey, thanks. Thanks for the support. Marvin is the man in the pickle suit who ambushed Emily, and he's now leading. He's now in charge of the Quickie. He's hosting the Quickie, I think, and he's also a moderator on the Christian sub on the Christian section on Kiwi Farms, and he's a very vocal contributor to it. He's also helped him out with some trolling attempts as well. I mean, he was a troll himself, and he was a member of the PBCC, but he's also recently helped Chris out with some stuff. After you complete the quick documentary, do you plan on documenting any other oddities? I don't plan on doing internet oddities or lolcows or stuff like Elliot Rodger. I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to be a lolcow documentarian. Do you follow any other lolcows? I used to follow DSP before it got too hectic. I missed a day. And then too much stuff happened, and I couldn't keep up. Just easier without following DSP. I think anyone who covers Elliot Rodger is gonna get struck down really easy, because I think there's some stuff about Elliot Rodger that is not allowed on YouTube. I like the 80s music censorship documentary. Thank you. That was a fun one to do. Isn't Elliot Rodger the son of a Hollywood director? Isn't that why you can't really talk about him? Did Chris sleep with those prostitutes that came to his house? He didn't sleep with them. No, he cried and got Bob to send them on their way and arrest them. I think he arrested them. But Chris did sleep with one prostitute whom he called Mia Hamm, twice at least. I mean, at least once, but probably twice. Now after that, he kind of lost interest in sex. Hey, when's Chris going to make the Geno Samuel documentary? His father was a mediocre director. No, he's not a virgin since about 2013, maybe around that time. I think Mia Hamm is the only person he had sex with. Yes. No, because since Elliot Rodger has a connection to Hollywood. They have the sons. The Elliot Rodgers' father has clout. He has probably he has power to not to not to allow people talking about Elliot Rodger himself. And Chris Chan made you clean your room after you've seen his house. That's what Chris does. Chris encourages people to be better than himself, and I think that's an important life lesson. I actually haven't heard of Wacko Jacko. Pretty sure I haven't heard of him. How would make the Christian biopic? I don't think you can make Chris's life into a movie. You can probably try a TV series, but definitely not a movie. Unless you just Michael Jackson. Oh, I haven't heard that. Wacko Jacko. Okay, okay, I get it. No, I'm not gonna cover Wacko Jacko. I mean, I'm graduated yet, but at least I'm not Chris. It is because you look at Chris's psychological issues without ridicule or animosity. Thanks. That's kind of the point. That's kind of the point because I want the events of history to talk for themselves. I don't want to contribute any commentary on it, and which is an issue that Marvin sees, that I don't contribute any opinions or I don't contribute any new information. So that's why my stuff is not considered a documentary according to Marvin. So that's why he doesn't see its merit. Have you read the Sonichu comics? Of course I have. Yeah. I just finished reading Sonichu issue 10. Jesus Christ. I love Sonichu issue 10. It's so completely insane. Spent months documenting. Chris, do you need a psychiatrist? I think I'm okay. Spent months. God, no. I've been spent like a year and 4 months. Well, I did go on a big break, so it's about, I guess, on and off about a year. I've been digesting Chris. How many issues are there? 13, I think. He recently completed Sonichu issue 12 minus 9, which is pretty much 13 because he has a superstition about the number 13. So I haven't read Tales Get Trolled, but he did start working on the further issues like 14, 15, and 16. But he pretty much has like just the cover drawn, but he hasn't worked on them any more than that. Do you think Nate's was a clue to Chris's eventual foray into complex homosexuality? I'm pretty sure that a lot of Chris's hatred towards gays is because he sees that his parents don't approve of gays, and then so he just parrots their opinions, but he definitely does hint at being gay himself, because he convinces himself that if he watches a Sailor Moon poster before he goes to bed, he'll stay straight. And he does talk about temptation towards the gay path a lot, so I does think that he was gay, at least for most of his adult life, but he refused to accept it because of his parents' opinions and because he's autistic, so he doesn't really get what he thinks. Wasn't his gay hate related to his abuses of childhood? I'm pretty sure that was probably because Bob told him that his abusers were gay, so that's like confirmation bias maybe. What topics do you plan on covering in your documentaries? I have plans to make a documentary about Laika, the Soviet space dog who went up to space to never come back alive. Then I have a multi-part documentary about William McGonagall, the worst poet in history, and I have some ideas about the New York City morticians of the late 1890s. I think that's an interesting idea. I have some more ideas written down somewhere, um, but I'm also planning to work on a G.G. Allen comprehensive history sometime in the future, probably in the way future. Popular bands you hate. Popular bands you hate. I don't really hate. I realized around in my fifth year of secondary school that hate for me is a useless emotion. So I try not to hate anything. Um, do you think General loves Barb at the time of the game? At this time of the game, yeah, I think he loves her. I think he appreciates her company as well. Opinions on Nirvana? I never really listened to them. Do you think Chris still believes in Santa Claus? I don't think so. Do you know who Guju just? No, I don't. I don't know who that is. Please start researching Daniel Lord. He's new Christian. Hmm. Do you think that if Bob was still alive, Chris would have still be a boy? Chris started transitioning into his Tom Tom girl uh, era during Chris's life. I mean, during Bob's lifetime, and he was already wearing his hair long, acting more like a woman, wearing bras and stuff. And Bob really hated that. So, you know, so he was at least a transvestite when Bob died. Probably because it made more sense for him to be a lesbian rather than a gay person. A lesbian woman rather than a gay man. I mean, he still had his hangups about gay men, especially. So he decided to become a lesbian woman instead because that's better somehow. Tom Girl Saga was 2011, maybe 2010 as well, 2012 too. I don't play video games. No, no. GG Allen will be a multi-part series. I reckon. Mhm. When and how did Bob die? Bob was struck ill in 2011. I'm not sure on the details of the cause of his death, but I think that Bob was actually quarantined because the house was so filthy. He was a threat to other patients. He wasn't a Korean War veteran. I'm pretty sure he wasn't. He didn't actively fight in the Korean War, but he did help re-electrify Korea after the war. I think that's what it was. Um, the insect infestation that Shoemaker mentioned. Yeah, he was infested with insects inside. Yeah, and Barbara had holes in her butt where bugs crawled in. He died in ICU. Yeah, I was introduced to the song Tarzan Boy because of the video of him in this Tom Gold getup. Huh, interesting. Do you think Chris has a great singing voice? Oh yeah, he's a cross between Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra or something. Yes, yes, you heard that correctly. It's ironic that Chris is contributing to the infinitely high boyfriend factor. It triggers your noviophobia. Is Mary Lou Walsh still alive? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Mary is still alive. If Slow Wheel Rhyme is still alive. Is Barb the mom from Resident Evil 7? I get that reference. How do I unhear your stupid statements? They're not stupid statements. They're statements of fact. They're just stupid facts. What made Barbara Chandler go evil in the first place? Ever been to the States? Yeah, I've been to Pennsylvania, Ohio, and New York City. Just for a little while. Search up Holy Buttocks for on the quickie for more info. She still works at the PVCC. I don't want to explain those bugs. That's gross. Hey, have I been to Chris's house? Only in spirit. It'd be interesting to go there, though. Hey, nerd, what tea do you drink? Me? I drink lots of tea. I drink matcha, sencha, gunpowder tea. I like that one. Where were you born? I was born in Lithuania. Do you want to meet Chris? No, I don't want to meet Chris. Chris lived in Barrett. His house would have been deemed a public health hazard during the bedbug incident. Could Chris become mainstream famous? Maybe. Could be. You drink black tea. Do you pick up a taste for it in Holland? I do drink some black tea, but I don't drink too much. I drink it black though, which apparently annoys many Irish people because I don't put any sugar or cream or milk in it. Just straight black tea. I mean straight tea, yeah. I think all the insane trolls will somehow make Chris's house a legal historic location once he dies. It's possible. It's possible that Chris's house and the places that he visited frequently can become I don't know, pilgrimages. Think of the sites of pilgrimage. Virginia is filled with weirdos, apparently. There's nothing compared to what's out there. Does Barbara have a gun in the house? I don't think so. PewDiePie made him more mainstream. Maybe. And he also featured Chris a lot in the Stop Ruining Sonic video as well. It's my un-Irish way to drink tea, but on behalf of Ireland, we forgive you and yourself, Lithuanian nice. Thank you. Can you go over who Chris is? I don't think so. I don't think I can summarize Chris in any way. Do you think Chris actually has gender dysphoria? Maybe he's confusing homosexuality with gender dysphoria. You drink Buckfast? No. I'm experimenting with different sounds on future albums. I really enjoyed this. The circus. Oh, the circus-esque sound 40th. Oh, circus-esque. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna do a heavy metal album eventually, and a city pop album, which is all in Japanese. I'm gonna have my girlfriend help with the lyrics. Is your middle name Chris? No. Speaking of pewds, did you hear about what happened at the mosque? Yep, I've heard about that. Yeah, I'm not gonna address it though. Ever seen Sonichu, the animated series? I haven't. I've just seen clips, but I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it in its entirety. We are in the Bronze Age of Chris. Dutch Gold. No, I've never tried Dutch Gold. Will you do a Brino Eno style new age ambient album? I've been thinking about ambient albums, but never got around to it. I need to be inspired for it, but I haven't had the inspiration to do something like that yet. Do you think Sonichu will be in the Sonic movie? That'd be an interesting Easter egg, but I doubt it. I doubt that whoever's making Sonic the movie is gonna taint, for lack of a better word, the reputation of Sonic by associating it with all the horrible OCs that are related to Sonic. Chris is not excited for the new movie. He objects to the redesigns of Sonic. He's racist post. He does have blue arms and 2 eyes. You ever see Chris Chan referenced in the Sonic cartoon? Yes, I have seen the obsessive Sonic fan, whom many people thought was a parody of Chris himself. That was interesting. I'm gay. I mean, we're in 2019. His rejection is going to end GameStop 2.0. Could Walsh have grounds to sue Chris? On what grounds? I don't think so. Has researching Chris for long burnt you out on him, or have you still fascinated in the whole series when you started? It definitely burnt me out last year, but now I'm going good. I am working away. I am on parts 26 in the script, so it's doing. My brain is doing okay for now. Is Chris racist, or was his black girl erosion purely due to the fact that he needed a white girlfriend to produce a white daughter he foresaw? Yes. What if Chris finds you and kills you before he dies? I think I'm safe in Japan. Favorite music genre to play perform? Prog rock. 70s prog rock. Do you follow I Am Jazz on TLC? No, I don't. Could Chris become a cam girl? He really could legitimately try streaming. He could actually make decent money out of it. He tried it once, but then he didn't make enough money out of it. Like for his for him. So he stopped doing it because he made like $20 from sitting in front of a computer. So he thought that wasn't enough for him. Cole Smithy is a film reviewer, and he's also doing tours of, or what was it? He's doing tours of Carnegie Hall, I think, to make more money. But I think he married in rich, so he doesn't have to worry too much about money. Hello, 400. Whatever happened with that dream studio? Got cluttered with Barb's stuff. When was the last time you interacted with Chris? Long time ago. 2007 emails. I'm not sure if he communicated with Chris after Bob died, or when Barb was seen to be at death's door, and he wanted Chris Chris wanted Cole to come back to support Barb, because it's his duty. But I think it's been a while. I am 24. Did Bob cheat on his wife or something? I don't know. Chris did sell Cole stuff on eBay. Most of it was pretty worthless, but he did sell an original comic of Kiss. There was like a Kiss comic that was inked with Kiss's own blood. So that was actually kind of valuable. I know I won't do any more lol cows apart from this, and I'm trying to work on my stutter. A big reason for these streams is to communicate with you guys and see what's happening, share ideas, and also practice for public speaking, and try to get rid of my damn stutter, which happens a lot if I'm conscious of speaking to a lot of people at the same time. And at this moment, it's over 100 people, listening to me speak. So Chris actually starts streaming on some gay site. Streaming on a gay site. Are you flattered in general? Oh, seem to have been strong influence on Smokey Chris's videos. Of course, I'm flattered. Yeah, it's kind of weird that whatever I'm making is kind of seen as a style, and then people are copying my style, and it's heartwarming. Do you stutter when you teach in Japanese? Usually I don't, because I speak a lot slower. How long did you like it in Ireland? I didn't like it for the most of it. I really didn't like. I mean, I lived in Dublin, so it was pretty filthy. It smelled like cat piss everywhere, so it kind of had a negative impact on me. Are you completely free today? No, I'll be filming some more stuff today, and editing part 6 later on. How long did you live in Ireland? 13 years. or 14 years, something like that. It's a kip. It is. Would you fight Christian if given the chance? No. She's the best, Gina. Good luck with everything. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. When are we getting a Geno Samuel doc? I actually did make a Geno Samuel doc back when I was like 14, maybe. It was like a Geno Samuel true Hollywood story, and I had like at a like a a text to speech thing narrating the whole thing. It was about 40 minutes long. That's some stuff to say. Oni's from Wexford. Yeah. Yeah, Oni is Irish. When time comes, will the police and the nostrils be in for a big surprise? They'll be in for a big surprise, definitely. I will not post it. That was the one where I got yes, Barrelbot. That is right. Hey there. No, that was a different one actually, I think. I had many documentaries like that. Nice to see you. We're just born in Lithuania. Um, no, I am Lithuanian because my parents are Lithuanian, and they have been for, and my family line is all Lithuanian, and I lived there until I was 9, so I'm pretty. I guess I'm pretty Lithuanian by birth. I do speak a bit of Lithuanian. I guess I speak a fair amount, but it's pretty poor. It's like a first grade level of Lithuanian. Go back to Lithuania, mate. I really don't want to. I really don't want to. Is your favorite Pokemon Plotistic? Of course he is. Yes, I have seen Chris Chan's sex tapes, all of them. Any other hidden languages you haven't revealed? I mean, Spanish. I studied Spanish for over 10 years, I think. I do know some Russian, because from my parents and growing up in a household where we had a lot of Russian movies and stuff like that. So I do have some, you know, some knowledge of Russian, but I don't speak it actively. So you were wholesome before you said you watched this tape. No, of course I'm not wholesome. I'm filthy. ¿Qué tan bueno es tu español? ¿Cómo estás, Gino? Gracias por tu trabajo. De nada. Don't make me remember Spanish. I'm trying to block it out. Wait, am I autistic? What? Have you ever put in life when you thought, wait, am I autistic? Oh, definitely. Definitely I thought I was autistic. Now, some people think I'm autistic now, but I don't think so. I did have some social issues, growing up, but I don't think I'm autistic. Funny how you lived in Dublin for a time. Germany made me feel great. Thinking about the fact that such a great documentary was living nearby. Hey, you're aspiring to make more document. You're aspiring to make documentaries too. That's cool. Plant, which is autistic. If you ever read the quickie, you're autistic. Debatable. Tried to learn Russian once, but the state-owned Russian learning website was so crappy, couldn't deal with it. I think Duolingo offers Russian now. I mean, it's okay, but we're not. But it's not. Ideal for learning a language. But it's okay for maybe getting some basic points down. The whole Fanta thing, the fact that you watch all this pornos and the way that you talk about his taint for multiple minutes is really making me wonder about you. Does he have a YouTube channel at the moment? Chris? Yeah. It's is a quick will guardian. Is that his channel, or is that or is that the Chris Chan archive channel? I can't remember which is one. Which is the name of this? Oh yeah, it's a Quickville Guardian. Is his YouTube channel. What's the best Christian and the Hedgehog Boys song? Do you know? You really can't beat Sony the Kukrow. That's just the perfect song, really. The Guardian is the channel. The library is the archive. Okay, got it. Sees Fanta. He sees Fanta video. Drinks Fanta anyways. Of course. Talk to you later. Keep up. Thanks, Bellbot. Thanks for joining in. Hope you're doing okay. See you around. Will you make a cover of it? Nope, because that'll be too weenie. Or A-Loggy. I'm not sure which. Can you sing Sony the Girl for us? I kind of sang it a bit last time. I'm not going to do it now. Do you know if anyone in Chris's life passed away besides Bob? I mean, Aunt Karina passed away. I think Michael Snyder is also dead. Did you grow up with Nintendo or Sega as a child? His dog died, of course. I did not grow up with any gaming consoles in my life. Dog's name was Patty. Oh, and his several cats under his belt died as well. Where's the actual definition of the word ween? Ween for I think means a wannabe troll, a low effort troll who wants to, troll someone, especially Chris, even though there is no point to trolling him, and they're basically just copying previous trolls, and it ultimately leads to no result. Just Chris ignoring them, and the Weens wasting their time and money. Failed troll, kind of like a failed troll as well. Yeah, I think you're very good for an amateur documentary maker. Thank you. What happened with the kitten that died but didn't die but died? Which kitten are we talking about here? Patches. I think Patches died, right? It's been a while since I've seen those updates on the cats, so I really can't remember I can't remember the names of the cats. Hello, Dark Scream. Dark Scream. Would you ever show Christian to your family? Friend Patches. Actually, my dad religiously watches my videos. My mom watches all my videos except Christian, because her English is not as good, and maybe she finds it boring. But my dad was actually quite disappointed when I stopped making them last year. You said you've done the script for up to 26. Roughly, what year is that up to? That is March 2010. In case you didn't hear that, I got something in the post or the mail that freaking scared me, because I'm alone, and if I hear noises, it's kind of scary, but it's okay. And this mic picks up way too much audio. It picks up everything. so that's why. Oh, Snyder is alive. Okay, I was wrong. Kind of want to get into video essays. Any tips? I have no idea. I don't know what it. I don't really know what makes a video essay. Has Chris ever seen your documentary? I don't think so. He might have, but I'm not sure. His next door name is aside from the one in recent events. Chris has never affected there. Yeah. I think someone posted a fake dead cat on Chris's Twitter and hacked it. But if Chris asked you to stop it, would you? Maybe. Should have moved to China. That would have made the stream funny. Can you guess why? Because YouTube is banned in China? I don't know. Hello, Herbs2. Hello, Sakura X Evil. We'll stream next week. I will not stream next week, though. I don't have time for next week. I might stream a bit more in April. I don't play games. Chris loves China. Oh, I'm 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 slow in the mind. Uh, and just like last week's stream, I have to go to the bathroom for a quickie. That was not intentional, but yeah. I'll leave you with a song and dance, and I'll be back very shortly. Jesus Christ. I won't rest a day until you tell me all I need to know. I'm back. That was a lot of coffee. You know, the funny thing is, I did that last week too. I did the Did you enjoy? uh, Last week I went to the bathroom and I played a song of mine, and I didn't even really acknowledge it at the time, but all my music is in the content ID system. So what I actually did now is I claimed my own video. So hey, I beat the system. Bob wasn't a great person, but there was signs of a cool dude cracking through. Yeah, Bob was an old world kind of guy, but you know, he had good intentions, but misplaced. What do you think Chris thinks about the new Sonic movie? He doesn't like the redesign, but he doesn't see it as too much of a big deal to him. To him, Geno Samuel. I came up with that when I was about 10 years old, maybe, or 11 years old. Geno is kind of related to my real name, and Samuel, I have no idea where that came from. I thought it sounded cool. You think Chris can change his ways? I don't think so. Why didn't you just go to the bathroom like Chris did on the floor? Hee hee. Liquid Chris, I don't know, he had some cool moments, but he did also have some very a-loggy moments too, where where Liquid Chris told Chris Chan, the OG Chris Chan, to kill himself. He called him fat, um, you know, stuff that isn't really brought up usually when people talk about Liquid Chris. Can you see yourself getting married to a Japanese lady? I do not. I do not. Do you think there are any heroes in the Christian story? That is interesting because I've seen a few minutes. I mean, a few comments saying that Christian's story is unique because there are no heroes, and you really can't root for any one person. Sometimes Chris does well, sometimes and usually he doesn't. Sometimes the trolls have good intentions and try to help him, but other times they don't. You really have no one to root for. It's just a hopeless cause. Oh, is your gift Asian? You've come to Lo Sharon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's Asian. Does your girlfriend know you don't see yourself marrying a Japanese person? Uh, yes, she does, because I'm planning on marrying her. So, where do you think Blue Spike is now? Apparently, Blue Spike is still on Kiwi Farms, but some people say that that Blue Spike account is not the actual person there, and it's probably moved on. Living life as it is. That was 10 years ago, so he's about 23 years old now. God, he's my age. I haven't seen the Liquid Chris saga yet. Waiting till our documentary covers it. Yep, it's gonna cover it from parts 13 to 20, I think. What kind of Asian is your GIF? Chinese. Didn't the Gal Pals find out about Chris's antics? Apparently, those messages concerning the Gal Pals discussing Chris were fake. I think they were faked. So, do you have any Gal Pals? Oh, yeah, I do. Back in Ireland, though. Hello, Killy. Blue Spike was chaotic evil. What does A-log mean? Oh, A-log is A-log is named after the YouTuber A-log, who liked to demean Chris and poke fun at Chris and insult Chris and basically point out how much better he is than Chris. So that kind of became a thing. It became A-logging, where people basically tell Chris that he sucks. Are you subscribed to PewDiePie? Yes, on all my 10 accounts. Play C chord. I'm sorry you can't hear it. Cole almost died from a sinus infection. Jesus. These pre-Chris Reed episode live streams are so welcome. Hello, Monica. Hey, Monica. Hey, Prole Monica. Thoughts about dyeing your hair? Thought about dyeing. Thoughts about dyeing or dyeing my hair. I'm not sure which one are you talking about, but I haven't thought about dyeing my hair. During my time in Tokyo, I did get a lot of sun, and my hair did get kind of sun bleached. Kind of got like an ashy blonde. Came to the channel last year for the Christian content, but stuck around for the music. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Relaxing here watching Gino Taco into an oversized yellow and green battery. You think this looks like a battery? Some people think it's like a gilded cucumber. Personally, I think this looks like Link. Link is dressed in green. He has blonde hair. What's your name? I almost thought it was Samuel. Well, it's my my pseudonym, my stage name, but it's not Gino Samuel by birth. It's completely different. And I don't have any more plans apart from So where's the coffee and tea? I finished my coffee. I forgot the tea. Sorry. We'll make some tea. Yeah, I'm gonna be editing and filming, and that's pretty much my plan up until late today. I gotta make food, as well, breakfast and dinner, or lunch and dinner. Hey, buongiorno, strawberry. Make tea on stream. I can't. I've come to Jennifer for more roots, curiosity in spades. Thank you so much. Hey, thanks for checking me out. His real name is Greeno Sampson. What do you think will happen after Barb dies? I don't think Chris can plan a funeral. I don't think he can either. Love the streams. Are these going to be weekly, bi-weekly? I'm not going to be streaming next week or probably the week after. I'm going to be streaming a bit more times in April because I have more time then. Where's the Quick Doc intro music? It's a banger. It's Quick's theme by yours truly. I made it myself just especially for the documentary, and the full thing is up on my music channel. Check it out. It's in the description somewhere. What's your favorite kind of tea? I like gunpowder. I like gunpowder tea. I like that one. I do try a lot of green teas because they're good for you. Lunch and dinner together is called lupper. Interesting. What do you think of Estonians? Did you ask me that before, or you're a different person? Because why do people ask me on my opinion on Estonians? Guys, I have no opinion on Estonians. I have no idea what their deal is. I've never spoken with one. I don't know their economic status in the world. Really have no idea. Barry's tea master race. I drink both. I don't get the tea war in Ireland. What made you want to tweak the theme? It is not tweaked. I don't understand why people think it's different. It's not different at all. It's exactly the same. I didn't touch it since since I first made it. Your favorite tea is stew. Jesus Christ. You need to make a you need tea to make a perfect baby. Oh yeah, Estonia looks pretty. They're the Silicon Valley of Europe. Do you have perfect pitch? I do not, but I do know what C is. The so working my way up from up and down. I can figure out a key or a note. Dun, 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 dun. Vegan life. Did you just nene? Not intentionally. Vegan life is difficult in Japan, but I do try to be vegan at least in my home. If I'm out, I concede that I'll have to eat meat. Hello, cool Adri. What's your current favorite song? What You Won't Do for Love by Bobby Caldwell. Do you have any non-creative hobby? No, I really don't. The thing is, it's gotten to a point. I mean, it's reached this point a long time ago, years ago. But if I don't, if I don't use my time by creating something, I get really impatient. So I'm kind of a workaholic now. What made you choose to read all of Chris's content in their spelling error written manner? It makes it so much better. Basically, I just don't want to reinterpret what anyone else means. I have to take the content, the history, and just see it as face value and present it that way. If I were to correct their spelling errors, I'd be assuming what they were thinking or meaning to say. So that would be disingenuous to the whole aim of the documentary. So that's my thinking about it. To be vegan is to be broke. Can't afford to eat out, so win-win. Just watch all the Christian videos dogs with my friends, all of them in a row. My God, how are you doing, buddy? Please do a cover of What You Won't Do for Love. I want to do a cover of What You Won't Do for Love. That's the plan. I've been singing it so much recently. I've been practicing how to sing it. So that's next up, and I already have ideas on a very artsy looking music video too. Would you say a documentary is more of a product of what you want to make it, or rather than one that needs to exist? That's an interesting comment. I think it helps people to see Chris in a different light. I think it helps him. I think it helps to humanize him. So I think it serves that purpose, and it's also something that I want to make. It's also something that people really want to enjoy. A lot of people enjoy it, without any malice attached to it. So I think that's I think it has a purpose. You find time consuming for fun, even if you're something around playing video games. I don't watch TV. I don't play video games. I do watch YouTube videos occasionally, but that's about it. Can you eat me out the same way you drink your water? Give us a sample. I'm not ready for it. I'm under pressure now. Are you in a band? I'm not in the band. What's the music you use for your dogs beside the ones you made for yourself? Most of them are all of them are royalty free, uh, public domain stuff. Most of them are made by Kevin MacLeod, and I do credit them now uh, in my descriptions. If you're interested in checking them out, you taking commissions? When did you think an extensive documentary series about Christians should exist? December 2017. Do you have any advice on how to stay motivated to create more content than you consume? I really don't know. I really don't have any advice on that because this is who I am now. I'm a creator rather than a consumer. I've really lost the point in consuming most media. I mean, of course, I used to watch occasionally stuff like stuff that I was familiar with, like TV shows and movies, as relaxation. But recently, I haven't done that. Uh, Probably because my girlfriend is away, so I don't have time to uh, consume media that I would like to. But she's coming back soon, so I'm gonna have more time to relax, more time to enjoy more 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 Christian free time. Consider having a martini broadcast one day. A martini broadcast? What does that exactly mean? Do I drink martini during it? What language do you speak with your goof? English mostly. Sometimes practice Japanese and Chinese too. News is negative nowadays. News is negative for about 4 decades now. So I think it's completely useless and biased and inaccurate. And the point of news is to make you feel a certain way rather than reporting on events of the day. News companies have an agenda to push, and they twist the news to make you feel a certain emotion for whoever's benefit, be it for a political aim or a government aim, a policy aim. What's it like to be single in Japan? I wouldn't know. What happened to Clyde Cash? He kind of phased out and disappeared. We don't know what happened to him, but I'm pretty sure that Clyde Cash is Asian American, because there is a video of Clyde Cash doing like push-ups. You can't see his face, but you can see some edges of his like brow, and you can see his straight black hair. It's very reminiscent of lots of I think Vietnamese origin persons. I'd like to see you become a huge star, Gino. I would like that too. Thank you. What do you think the trolls are up to now? They're probably, most of them have moved on with their lives. Marvin is still strongly attached with Chris. What kind of YouTubers do you watch? Commentaries, reviews, or something? When I watch anything, it's usually PewDiePie or Captain Sparkles. But I don't watch it to expand my mind or anything. I just watch it to kind of the opposite, to relax my mind and enjoy something stupid. What do you use to edit? Videos, I use Sony Vegas Pro 13. And for music, I use Sony Acid Pro 7. Notch documentary? Showed your videos off to my coworkers, and we powered through your Christian videos. Damn. Who do you think was the worst troll? The worst troll. Who can be the worst troll? I mean, Blue Spike was kind of bad. I mean, there's a lot of fake. There's a lot of failed trolls who really tried to make something happen, but nothing happened. So instead, they just wasted money. Lots of them waste money. Someone I think legit donated $500 to Chris to make him their own girlfriend or something, and Chris just like accepted the money and did nothing with the troll. When did you first discover Chris? It was around 2010, 2011. on 4chan, on B. Watched in order from the morning to the next day. My God. What's the worst thing a troll ever did to Chris? Hmm. I mean, Blue Spike did something bad, but most people view Blue Spike as really bad, like it really affected Chris badly. But Chris really didn't pay too much attention to what he was forced to do. The worst thing was probably the idea guys extorting $6,000 out of Chris and really ruining his mental state. I think that's probably the worst thing. You don't look like someone who uses 4chan. Well, I don't use 4chan anymore. Do you think Chris is low-key attractive? No. Yeah, the idea guy did that. Yeah, they did. There were two of them. Josh something and they're just like kids too. Yeah, Blue Spike was 13 years old. Yeah. I guess you wonder where I've been. I search to find the love within. Right? No, I can't reach those notes yet. Ah! I'm not going to do that. It's embarrassing. Ever considered doing more in-depth internet history documentaries? I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do more internet stuff. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. What's your opinion on D-Stacks giving Chris 1,000? Well, that was kind of a waste, wasn't it? You watched that down the rabbit hole. I've only watched the Christian and the DSP stuff, but I'd imagine he does pretty good consistently. I mean, he does good consistent stuff. What doc will have the idea, guys? Probably around 40, part 40, maybe even beyond that. Christian Levy Budokan, the dream. Do you think Blue Spike is gay? I mean, he was a teenager. He was probably bi-curious at that point. I mean, we all were, weren't we? The British girl pretending to be Chris's girlfriend a few years back was pretty bad since he actually went to his house. Was that Catherine? I was at Walmart. All my buddies were in the band and they all needed the lead singer. Gina now playing the CD jazz bar near you. Did you feel it worse for Chris? Like what saga? I don't know. When I was researching the Christian stuff first time around, when it got to around 2008, I started to feel a little bit bad for him. But I really don't acknowledge any personal emotions towards Chris. I just accept Chris as a living entity that had events in history and is still doing things now. And I really don't acknowledge too much, emotionally. I do know about Terry A. Davis, but I don't know too much about his life. Does your teaching job pay well? It does, yeah. It pays well, but also it feels like it's a lot more money because my living expenses are really low now, at least. They're not going to be when I move to Tokyo, though. Chris exists. The end. Do you think Barbara's still alive? I think she's still alive. Last we heard of her was Chris's birthday. Do you think Chris is currently happy, like with his own delusions? Is he happy? Chris might trick himself into being happy, but really, he has no way of being happy outside of convincing himself that he is a goddess and married to two cartoon characters. I think he thinks he's happy, or he convinces himself that he's happy. Would have changed the entire Chris story if Chris had found a boyfriend for a girl when he was a teenager who de-virginified him. Honestly, if he got a boyfriend-free girl during his younger years, he definitely would have been a lot different now. Maybe he would have been still like kind of a special needs, special kind of person, but I don't think he would have been as you know as aggressive towards girls if he was single at the time, but not a virgin. And parts 14, 15, etc. do not exist yet. Wait until May or June for those. Do you think Chris is rather intelligent in any regard? I don't think Chris is intelligent, but I do think he's pretty good. I mean, he has some good moments, like he can do HTML pretty well. I mean, he made those websites by himself without any make your own website kind of website. He coded them himself, even though they're not very good. But he did them himself. So I think some technological stuff he's okay with. Like he could become a programmer if he really wanted to. Would he have done though? I don't know. Good night, not me. It's about time you should sleep. Jesus Christ. Even I don't stay up that late. Hey, thanks Tommy for supporting. Temple OS. Yes, I know about Temple OS. Don't question my life choices. Chris Wood made a decent money as a programmer. Did anything happen with Megan after she cut off ties with Chris? I don't think Chris directly engaged with her after she left Chris's life. He did try to reach out to her a few times before, and some people contacted her for interviews and chats. And recently, she's been kind of more accepting of addressing Chris to other people, but she's not involved with Chris's life now, and she hasn't for about 10 years, more than 10 years now. God damn, it's been so long. It's been so long. Is it true that Megan forced Chris? No, it's different. It's because Megan didn't have, I think, an eBay account of her own or a PayPal account, so it was easier for her to tell Chris what to buy. And then when Chris bought them and got the products for her, she paid back what he was owed. So it wasn't as seedy as some people make it out to be. Were any of Chris' girls not a troll? I mean, Chris never had a real girlfriend, but some girls like Megan and the Wallflower were legit women who were interested in Chris as a friend, at least. But Chris pushed them too hard, or trolls pushed them too hard, and they escaped. The Wallflower is an interesting person too. And it's nice that for the most part, most people involved with documenting Chris's stuff and the Wallflower stuff respect her wishes not to be identified. The Wallflower was a gal pal, a real life gal pal that Chris met at a young adults meetup, and they forged a friendship. Chris even visited her house and met her parents. They had a good thing going, and then Chris mentioned her in a Little Big Planet's custom level, and then trolls found her and doxed her and contacted her, and basically revealed what kind of person that Chris was. And then she was shocked by it and requested that the Quickie people and all the trolls removed her name from the records, and they respected that choice, and they called her the Wallflower ever since. What part of current events? Probably about part 45. It's like the old Motown stars. Many of them started out as Christian singers. Old Motown stars. I don't really follow Motown. This was back in 2000, late 2009 and early 2010, and I'm addressing the Wallflower stuff in parts 24, 25, 26, 27. Whitney Houston. Oh, I mean, Whitney Houston was a good singer. I acknowledge her as a good singer. Chris' Little Big Planet levels are unfortunately becoming nostalgic to me. Is Chris still in contact with Anna? I don't think he has been in contact recently because he's too involved with his interdimensional BS. And Anna, I think, had some strong words to say against Chris. I'm not too sure what's the deal with Anna in recent years. The Wallflower, in an email to Vivian G, I think, Chris talked about his developing friendship with this girl, and they said that and he said that things were great. Things were going great. They were like a couple of wallflowers, something something. So I think that's where the name came from. When was he owed? Hmm? Could you rephrase that? When was he owed to sell a girlfriend? Do you hear about the Michael Jackson leaving Neverland on the HBO? Yeah, I've heard about it. It feels kind of smearing. We're just happening. Just wait 20 years. Uh-huh. Who was the girl who worked at the mall who made the post about him? Oh, no, that was Anna. Anna, who later became a friend with Chris and visited Chris's house, I think. Well, she at least met Barb and the family. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think she was after a while she kind of saw that being a close friend of a special needs autistically challenged transgender person was like a status symbol to her. She kind of took advantage of Chris that way. What's the story with Vivian G? Well, she hasn't been around for a long time. Chris is still in contact with Sarah. Oh, Sarah Hammer. Oh no, definitely not. Script wise, what episode and saga are you on? I am working on part 26, which is the Wallflower, and just started Surf Shack Tito. I get super confused with all the girls. They all kind of muddled together for me. Oh yeah, there was a lot of girls, a lot of girls in Chris's life. I mean, for the longest time, Chris kind of didn't acknowledge the fact that trolls could be girls as well. So when they voiced when they did voice calls with Chris was convinced like, oh, she's real because she's a girl and trolls are only ugly men in their basements. But no, like Emily for example, and later Kim Wilson, who is also Emily, and then Catherine. There were actually so many actual girls who were trolls. And Chris failed to realize that, because he was you know chasing the China, and he couldn't see past that. Would you please consider releasing the older episodes at 2 at a time? No, because I'm working on the episodes. Because I'm not releasing the episodes. I'm not re-releasing the older episodes now. I'm completely rejiggering them, so that takes a long time. And I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. Do you have any interest or intent on trying to look at the Sonichu comics in any depth, or are you only Bob paid some of the girls to be Chris's friend? Yeah. No, I'm just gonna be addressing what the basic events that happen in the Sonichu comics. I'm gonna be skimming through them where it's necessary to be skimmed through. I'm just gonna be addressing the relevant points because I think it's relevant because it kind of addresses Chris's way of thinking at the time. And it's like an insight into his head. Sonichu issue 10 is really crazy and really long, and that takes up a big part of part 25, actually. Just talking through the events of issue 10, because I think it's important. Your gift is Chinese. You got the China. I broke the code. I broke the Geno code. Just have the thing where you don't recognize faces. Yeah. Yeah, Chris didn't notice when trolls sent him pics and they weren't inconsistent, and he also didn't notice that that Emily, with whom he went on a date, is also Kim Wilson, who became a gal pal in real life. I mean, it's literally the same troll, it's the same person, but she probably changed her clothes, and yeah, he failed to notice that Kim and Emily are actually the same person, and they spent a lot of time together. So I think he does have prosopagnosia. It's not uncommon to autistic people, though it is also seen with people who aren't on the spectrum, and can also come from like a brain damage in accidents as well. What was the biggest thing you wanted to fix? The biggest things I wanted to fix were definitely stuff in the first episode, where I basically said that Chris is a liar and he was never abused. So I want to readdress that, because that's most likely not true, because he was actually at least restrained by staff, but maybe he was not actually abused. Probably should update your music channel link. Are they wrong? I'm coming up with something new eventually, and I really wanted to get it done soon, but Chris is taking up so much of my free time. Did you ever learn how to Irish dance? Never. That was not a thing that I did. Is it gay to think you're cute? No homo. No. Antipsychotic medication is abuse. Do you think Bob bribed Wendy's to hire Chris in the first place? That's an interesting way of putting it, but I'm pretty sure maybe Wendy's hired Chris, because they felt that an autistic person like Chris, could maintain a job, and I see a lot of autistic people working in stuff like big camera here in Japan, in Tokyo especially. Like it's an electronics store. It's a really big chain, and I see a lot of people with autism working the cash register. I mean, it's a fairly simple job, and if they're high functioning enough, they can sustain it and sustain themselves as well. So I think it's a good thing. You got that Conan O'Brien hair. I do, don't I? He was my idol, my hair idol back in the day. Where will travel emigrate next to? I'm moving to Tokyo in July, I think. So that's my next move. You have a smooth radio voice. I would love to host a radio show, but I can't because of copyright. You work out as intense as Chris does. Oh yeah. I wanted to drop by and say that your documentary stage was amazing. It was taking a lot to take so much time out of your day. I appreciate it. So happy for your music being discovered. Hey, thanks for your support, Slippy. What is your opinion is the most disturbing thing that Chris has ever done? Not necessarily the most cruel thing, but just freakish. Most disturbing thing that Chris has done? Probably hurt himself the way that he did, with the unclit. That was kind of bizarre, and probably near. And if he, didn't, seek treatment for his unclit, he probably would have, come close to dying. because he could have gotten an infection, probably could have developed gangrene. Do you think it's like immune to pain because that would have to be the lowest pain? I'm not sure. Is there a thing about people with autism, having uh, a higher pain threshold? I'm not sure if that's a thing. But yeah, that'll probably be very painful. Jesus Christ. If you ever think of it, you should get radio show because it'll be a volunteer and unpaid, at least to begin with, not somewhere at work with. Huh. Hmm. Okay, other question. Do, do you think Chris had schmegma? Probably. If you consider, Chris's hygiene as a whole, he probably did have it. What did Bob think of Chris's necklace? He didn't pay much to it. He didn't pay too much attention to it. But he did. He did. Part 5. I think it's part 5, where I inserted a letter from Bob to Chris that he wrote, I think in August 2008, which I completely forgot about in the first run of the documentary. So check it out when that comes up next week. Where basically Bob wishes that Sonichu could become a spokesperson for autism. So yeah, it's a really big change in tone from his first letter. When Chris was like 6 years old. When I started eating when you decided to talk about Chris. I have no idea. I actually have to eat soon, so I'm gonna end in about 20 minutes. I'm gonna have to make some food. I want to make curry tonight. I have the material for making curry, so I want to make that. It's gonna be fun. Well, technically has, just not in the right way. Yeah, and he also wished for Sonichu to become famous worldwide. I guess it kind of did. Probably fish too if you're in Japan. Nah, I don't eat fish at home because I try to be vegan when I'm in my house. Make some pasta. That's boring. But I do have a lot of pasta. I need to use it up sometime. Just looked up, it can take much longer for autistic people to realize they're in pain than a regular person. Yeah, that's probably the thing. Did you just see the Gentle Giants BBC Live video? What? Gentle Giant was on BBC Live? What? I didn't hear anything about that. Jesus Christ. Would you eat meal cooked by Chris? No. Are you tall or tall in Japan? I'm 6 foot, which is 182 centimeters. It's I guess I'm a bit taller than everyone else, but there are people taller than me, and I'm not really towering over most people. I think it's because the introduction of the Western diet into Japanese culture that made people to grow taller than they would have if they'd eaten if they continued to eat the traditional rice and fish and seaweed stuff. Science Sound Theater. Oh, that one. Oh yeah, I love it. Oh yeah, I love it. 76 to 78 was like my favorite era of Jell Giant because it was still complex and progressive, but it was less I don't know, challenging. Chris, I think, had one job. I mean, legit one job. I think he did kind of work for Cutco, but he didn't. I don't think had any sales with Cutco. I like rice, fish, and seaweed. I do like that too. But what do you think about Tool? I've never listened to Tool, actually. Excuse me. Power and Glory is my favorite GD album, I think. Is that the one with Proclamation? Listen to John Mouse. I've not heard of him. Oh, yeah. I'll need to listen to that again. I'll need to listen to that one again. It's been a long time since I've listened to Jell Giant. Have you ever listened to Miles Davis? No. I've only listened to his contribution on Don't Stop Me Now by Toto. I think that was Miles Davis. What do you think of Bjork? I don't really like her stuff. What's your number one tip for using Sony Vegas? I have no idea. Just learned. I just learned how to use it a long time ago. I think it was mostly by myself, but it works well for me. Do you worry? Do you worry about earthquakes? Apparently, Hokkaido is due for a major earthquake sometime soon, like to the levels of the 2011 earthquake. So I think it's a good thing that I and my girlfriend get out of Hokkaido this year. Missed your last stream. I'm so glad to see you again. Hey, nice to see you around, Sydney. Is it hard to motivate yourself to create Christian videos? I'm motivated now. I might burn out eventually, but I'm going hardcore into it now. Why is Sonic an autism magnet? I have no idea. Some people said that it's because it's a very simple and strange concept that autistic people that can really relate to, like make a hedgehog, make him blue, make him run fast, make him spin. Like it's like a very satisfying thing to autistic people, and it's also apparently people people on the autism spectrum like things to spin. So like Sonic's like spin, and he goes fast, and also fidget spinners also became a thing with autistic people too. So so for some reason they like spinny things. Number one, Tim, if you give Sony Vegas, if you don't already do it, disable the resample on your. That is the thing. Yeah. Disable resampling. Yeah. I do definitely do that. I might sometimes forget, but I do definitely need to disable resampling because that's annoying. Bay has been overdue for a huge earthquake for over 15 years. I wouldn't get too worried about getting out as fast as possible, but they're actually hard to predict. Yeah, I've been going to bed now. Hey, good night, Milkman. I started making the videos because I wanted a documentary like this to exist, because it was very difficult for me to digest stuff on Quickie and watch Christian videos. So I decided to make it because no one else would. There's a big one too. There was also an autistic student at my school who would run around and spin like Mario, sound effects included. Yeah. Sonic is just an appealing character, just speaking for myself, but I just thought it was a cool design. Yeah. And also, Sonic is cool. Sonic has friends. He has a girlfriend, I think, too. So I think autistic people can relate to that and like aspire to be that. Would you consider doing a live interview with Chris? I'd rather not. Only if he asked me first, but I would not do that. Hmm. So I visually master old Christian videos to get myself better at color correction and stabilizing footage. That's a damn cool project there. I'd love to see it. You should really contribute your Christian remasters too. That'd be really cool. He's nice and friendly, and everyone loves him for being him. Yeah. I thought in the special needs school, the kids love Father Ted and Mrs. Brown. I do love Father Ted. Best thing Ireland ever produced. Ever spoken to Satchmo? Nah. The observer cannot interfere. Exactly. Probably the unclit was the most disturbing thing I ever heard about Chris. Oh, horror stories. I haven't heard of horror stories, but I have heard of. I did used to watch Rob Dyke on YouTube, but Rob Dyke recently changed his name to Rob Flanagan, something like that, because his videos kept getting demonetized, and people didn't get notified of his uploads because of his freaking name. He can't help it. It was real literal his real um his real name is Rob Dyke, and just the YouTube algorithm thinks that it's like a Rob Gavigan. Okay, that's it. Yeah, and the YouTube algorithm just thought that Dyke was a slur word, so they just didn't they didn't promote him at all. So now all of a sudden, I'm getting updates that, oh, Rob Gavigan is like making YouTube videos again. Like, oh, cool. I don't think he actually stopped making videos, but just his name just prevented him from being promoted. It's crazy. Context, damn it. Automation does not understand context. That's really important to a lot of creators. Like sarcasm. You can't say something sarcastically without defending yourself by saying, "Oh, it's a joke" at the very end. It's a really frustrating thing. I'm seeing so many creators, saying some funny things and jokes, and like, hey, it's funny, haha. By the way, it's a joke. Please don't take me seriously. Like, why do you have to do that? It's so frustrating that creators have to do that now. People have been mentioning Chris's loss of Chris's loss of touch with reality has been mentioned before. Yeah, it's been kind of crazy, but there's not much to say about that. Just Chris is crazy. There's really nothing that anyone can do, about that. Chris is not crazy enough to be instituted. I'll keep doing them if I have time, but I don't have time next weekend. I'll come back in April, I think, with the live streams. I can't open up super chat on this channel because my channel is not monetized, and it will never will be, and it never will be. But I should stream also on my music channel, which is monetized and is partnered, so I can have super chat for that too. You see video of Chris in GameStop? Oh yeah, I've seen a little bit of it. I've not heard of Danny the Panda, and I do follow Chris's new Twitter, and he follows me too. Oh, you mean the 2014 GameStop video? Yeah, I've seen that, but there was a the recent one where he wanted a bokeh ball plus two non-folding 2DSs. Oh no, it was just the one non-folding 2DS. Yeah, and he informed the GameStop cashier that he wanted to paint the Pokeball with Sonichu colors to make it into an Estu ball, and he said that he is famous and that he should look him up. No one can tell what Chris can do, what Chris will do after Barb dies. There's gonna be a lot of debts and finances to address. Barb's funeral. I wonder if any famous trolls are gonna show up to Barb's funeral. Are gonna make the pilgrimage to see Barb off. Good night, Snorlax. The church will handle the burial. Yeah. People have been calling on social workers for a long time, and they're actually probably ignoring all calls relating to Chris. They'll take a plane, to be honest. Play the poke flute. If you're offered a chance for an interview regarding your series, would you take it? Oh yes, I would definitely would. You know anything about what happened to Blue Spike? I don't know what Blue Spike is doing, but he's probably moved on with life. Living He's about my age. He's about 23 now. He's probably kind of a decent person, I hope, but I really can't say. Yeah, Barb's own kids won't attend her funeral. She has Cole, right? Yeah. Cole probably won't, you know, attend her funeral. If you could attend without bothering the family, I highly doubt that the family will attend. It's just gonna be Chris, so just don't bother Chris. Cole says she was abusive. She actually shot. I think she shot a pistol. I think at the air or wherever, and the bullet ricocheted and almost killed Cole as well. So it's getting late for me. And to sleep. Have a great rest of your day. Yeah, good night, Monica. Nice for you to join in. I'm actually going to close up shop in about 4 minutes too. So, do you think any mainstream media outlet will pick up the epic story of Chris Chan? I think so. Eventually. I mean, it's got to happen. I don't know in what context. Is like Chris gonna freak out again, or is like someone gonna, you know, address the whole Christian phenomena and make it live and make it mainstream? Barb was once a kid too. We've all done wrong. We're all innocent in a way. What did Barb have a gun in the first place? I don't know. First time on YouTube I ever fully watched. God damn. All of it? All 3 hours? I always intend to make these a bit shorter, but I always end up being about 3 hours. More Papa 30 years has been following us. Checked up on how Liquid Chris is doing these days. He used to live in the same city as him. Last time he was making music and had a pretty big fan base. I did not know about that. That was a scientist. Not far away from Rockersville. I always wanted to check it out. Every Hollywood actor that could portray Chris. I'll have to think about that actually. There would be an episode just dedicated to just Bob or not enough info. No, just gonna be Chris and Bob will make appearances in Chris's life as they go. Family that lives in Rockersville. I always wondered if they ran into Chris Chan. It makes me wonder if I did when I was younger. And I went to the Fashion Square Mall a bit. I'm not going to do a series about Terry. Kevin James is Chris Chan. Hey, from Kevin James is going to make that transition from a jerk cop to Chris Chan. Wow. Jack Black. Have to be a trilogy. Of course, a trilogy. Kenny Hotz, Chris Chan. Hey, thanks for joining, Kat. I'm gonna go have breakfast soon. So it's been fun chatting. Jack Black, 100%. Louis Anderson. He's a bit too old now. Christian 3, the vagina within. Play something on piano. Not today. I thought you were going to curse. Brad Pitt. Tom Cruise. Paul Blart Mall Cop 4. King James plays both the mall jerk cops at Fashion Square and Chris Chan in the revolutionary new comedy. Gary Oldman in the role of a lifetime. Have you seen any clips of that Gary Oldman movie where he was a little person? What the hell was the point of that movie, and why was it made? It's just Gary Oldman walking around on his knees pretending to be a little person. What the hell happened there? Like Matthew McConaughey's in it too, and I think Kate Beckinsale. That was back in 2003. Tippy Toes, that's it. Or no, it was Tiptoes. You should seriously watch the trailer for that one. where the announcer says Gary Oldman in the role of a lifetime. Gary Oldman wearing shoes on his knees. Hey, Kelly, you're back. I'm on my way out, actually. Danny DeVito's Chris. Oh, you mean John Goodman should play Chris, and he's embarrassed because they're little, and he's worried about having a child who's a little person. Yeah, yeah. No. Gary Oldman is the father of Matthew McConaughey, and Matthew McConaughey is like a average height, and the rest of his family is little people. John Goodman has lost too much weight. You think so? Maybe it just seems that way because he was really fat, and now he's lost weight, and now there's a lot of extra skin hanging around. It looks a bit weird, but I think it's the best for his health to to be thin like he is now. How are you? I'm doing okay. I'm actually gonna have I guess lunch now. I miss breakfast. Billy Crystal is Blue Spike. Gino is Chris. Nah, man. So then I guess I have to say goodbye, even though I don't want to really. I have to move on with the rest of my day. So thanks for joining in, all of those who have been listening. It's been fun shooting this short. Uh, Christian Comprehensive History Part 4 Remastered will be up tomorrow in about 19 hours, I guess. And if you're interested in Patreon or my music channel or any other social media links, they're in the description. And next live stream will probably be in about a month, maybe in 3 weeks. So I hope you do well. Till then, please enjoy your life and all that you do. Shine on in your very own unique ways. Till next time.